Hi, my name is Rebecca Teeter from Rebecca Teeter Transformational Coaching. I am a coach and I'm also an energy worker. And today I just wanted to talk about this one question that people always have, which is, what is the color of my aura? And of course, I'm not going to be able to tell you what the color of your aura is right now. So I thought I would just talk a little bit about that question and why it may not be what you want to focus on. So if you don't know what the aura is, I'll just do a little brief introduction that we often use the word aura to talk about the field of energy that surrounds and goes through our physical selves. I happen to work with a seven-centered system, and when I say that, I'm talking about the seven major chakras that are pretty well known in the West. And I just want to mention that because it's not the only system, but it is the one that I use most in readings. So, when I'm talking about a seven layered system with the seven main chakras that go up and down your vertical energy core, there are also these corresponding layers of aura that come out from the body and through the body. So, a healthy aura is about arm's length width around you in all directions. So, it's about 3 feet out. Now, the truth is that most of us have our layers in different configurations. So, there might be some layers that are pulled tighter in, some layers that are further out. And ideally, each layer has its own circumference that it comes and extends out to. And each layer goes through the entirety of our body. So it's rather complex. So when you have this question of like, what color is my aura? I think I would have more questions for you. Like, on what layer? The truth is that we are multi vibrational beings, and that means that every layer has different colors moving through it all the time. The colors really just relate to different vibrancies, different frequencies of energy that we have. And so on each layer of the aura, you might have a different color. So sometimes you can go to events and you can see people and it will say, what's the color of my aura? And you'll go up and they'll say, oh, you're green or you're purple. So what you need to know about that is, one, that might just be for that snapshot of time, the color that that person is able to depict from your aura, because there's so many different factors that go in. So it may be that, yes, in that moment of time, you have that color predominantly throughout. It may be that that's what they see because of the particular combination of colors that you have flowing through the different aura. And it had just another layer of complexity to it. It might depend on what layer of their field they're viewing you from and what matching issues do they have with you. Because that's another thing that happens when we're talking about energetics. When I'm engaging with someone energetically, what's getting lit up in my own aura, in my own filters, are things that are matching yours. So if I look at you and I say your aura is green, that doesn't mean that your aura is green always. It means in that moment, what I'm able to witness about you is your greenness. It's whatever that green is representing, which for me is often change. Green frequently represents change and growth and is a frequency that's brought into our auric field because it's helping us to integrate that change. So, what color is my aura? That's a hard question to answer. So, what I would say is if someone ever gives you a hint of what color your aura might be for whatever reason, just receive it in the moment. Just know that it's a snapshot. And then the next moment, the next 5 minutes, the next hour, your aura might be a totally different color. So we can't just categorize people and their lives based on momentary visions of color. Now, with that said, when I do a reading, I do talk about the colors that are in your aura, whether I'm looking at different layers of the field or particular chakras, or I'm using the symbol of a rose. I will talk about what color is your rose in relation to this issue that you're curious about, what energy, what frequencies are being invited in to help guide you in this moment in time. So is color important? Is it not? I think it is important, but I think it's also important to understand the complexity upon which it exists and the complexity upon which it can be. So we don't just have people wandering about in the world who have green auras or purple auras. We have really complex beings doing a lot of work on a lot of different layers at all different times. So that's my thoughts today on the aura. Of course, it is a complex issue. There's a lot more out there. If you have particular questions that you're curious about, curious from my perspective and from my training and my experience, I'm so open to sharing. And I would love to get your questions so that I can answer them. If you found this interesting, curious, you know somebody else who might enjoy it, please feel free to share it out. If you want to follow my channel, go ahead and click the like button, click the follow button, whatever. You can also find me on my website. You can find me at Facebook. My website is www.rebeccateeter.com. Thank you for these few moments. I appreciate everyone who watches.